If you're brand new to the game, you might be thinking, where can I find international kits? Normally, you'd find them pretty much in the stadium. If then you look at kits, you would normally find them in authentic. And then if you went down, normally they have international. But as they don't, and they seem to have taken away that factor, you have to go searching for them. So this is the best way to find international kits on the game. For instance, if you are looking, say, for an England kit, you'd be looking at a primary colour of white. If then we go to the gold, and we know full well that the England kit is pretty expensive. So we've got to actually manually scour the internet. As you see here, we see Italy, and the way that you could do this, just as a brief second, is you have got to scour through the compares. There is no other way of being able to do this. We used to be able to have the international section, but instead, if you are looking for a specific kit and you obviously know what colours it is, then just use the primary colour and you will be able to just search through it. If obviously it is extinct, that makes it a little bit harder. What you can do in that sort of scenario is, for instance, we know the England kit, I had a look yesterday, and it's about 5,000 coins. So it is on verge of extinction. So if you have a look at the 5,000, even though we've just looked at badges, we can obviously then narrow it down a little bit more, and we can refresh at the 59th minute mark. So it's not going to be 90,000 coins. If we go, for instance, for 4.5, we can then go and have a look at some of the more expensive kits, or at least ones that are put on. It will take a little bit to obviously get to there, so it will take a bit of your time scanning through. You can obviously do this on the web app as well. Instead of kind of having to wait here this long, you can kind of click it a little bit faster. But if you keep scouring as we go through, you can also have a quick check, a little scan, making sure that you don't pass it if you do. But if we go to the 50th minute, or at least past a lot of these, as I know it is a harder kit to find, whereas some of the other nations' kit might come in, as we saw with Italy, that predominantly is the third kit, so normally you'll find the ones that is not necessarily as wanted, because you can only have two, will be easily searched on the market, whereas these ones are a little bit tricky to find, and as you can see, a lot is up for 5k, which is quite annoying. But again, another way that you can do this, because we're getting nowhere with that, is by going white, going with obviously the max price, put in the 4,000 coins, but you saw there a lot of them was at 200 in terms of the minimum price. If you are selling a kit at obviously a value, if you know that that value is actually going to sell, and you're not trying to, for instance, kind of get somebody to buy a kit for more than expensive than what it is, then obviously they are going to put a minimum price. They're not going to want to sell it for 250 if that's what it's going for. And as you can see, this gets us a lot quicker to that 59th minute. Again, you are potentially going to have to sit there and refresh. So if we, for instance, go to the 59th minute, which should be around here, what you want to do now is press X and A. As you will see, you will get more kits on there, and it is all about sniping. You must know what the kit is, because if obviously you do find it and it's not necessarily for that price, and you've put in a 5k tag and maybe you've kind of missed over it, just double check, as you keep skipping this, it will refresh the market for you. Sometimes you might get kicked off, but predominantly you should find any new listings as they come up. If they are quite an extinct kit, you might be doing it for a while. As we saw, one has gone now, but you will be able to find it this way. Again, it works with every kit. If you go with a primary colour, that is the best one. You can obviously go with a secondary colour, but I found that one to be a little bit buggy when you're trying to do it, and it might bring up more kits than obviously you're wanting. And that is how you find international kits on FIFA 23.